It's time for highlights from tonight's hard-hitting high school football action. Sports Extra starts now. Sponsored by New West Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery.
Oh yeah, high school football is back, and so is Sports Extra, and I couldn't be happier sharing highlights with you tonight. And let's start with Aurora hosting Northwest. Aurora squaring off against an old foe, Class B Northwest, picking up second half now, where the Huskies lead 29-7, and Carlos Colazo. A main reason for that advantage is he picks up 23 yards here in the big first down. And then his job is not done, as he's going to barrel in from a couple yards for his third touchdown. That's right, the hat trick, making it 36-7. But Northwest was not done fighting. Austin Payne, he's going to hurdle over a player as he's got, and look at his wheels, flying down middle of the air for 50 yards to give the Vikings some life in their offense. But they would capitalize here as a field goal. It's going to miss wide right as the score remains the same, until Aurora turns their bag of tricks here as Drew K-Noosed laterals to Colazo, who then passes it to wide open Kobe Nactigo, fools defense and nearly fools everyone, even the camera person, but she's a pro. Aurora wins their first season opener in 4 years, 43-13. Now let's send things live to Nicole Weaving. So Nicole, their offense was key, but what about the special teams of Northwest?
Darren, that missed field goal was essentially a microcosm for the slew of mistakes that the Vikings made on special teams. It all started in the first quarter with a blocked punt that Aurora then capitalized on. Later in the first half, and another punt went awry, from a bad snap to the punter unable to handle it, and the Huskies ultimately falling on the ball and then turning that into free points. So when you look at their 29-7 lead at halftime, Aurora, half of those points came off of Vikings mistakes. And the problems just didn't stop there, as beyond the missed field goal, Northwest also missed an extra point and returned a punt for a touchdown, but had it called back because of an illegal block in the back. So these mistakes on special teams ultimately compounded with mistakes made by the offense in a fumble and 2 interceptions to just culminate in a sloppy start that Northwest probably wasn't expecting and now has to look forward to fixing in the coming weeks. But of course, a shout out to Aurora for just putting on a show on their own home turf and picking up that first season opening win in the past 4 years, which, Darren, is pretty crazy to think about considering how dominant Aurora has been in that 4-year span. But exciting things to come for the Huskies, while the Vikings certainly have things to fix. But reporting in Aurora, I'm Nicole Weaving, sending it back to you.
Thanks, Nicole. Always great analysis, and sounds like the week 1 is a little bit jittery for them. Let's head over to Grand Island now. Senior high Islanders traveling west to take on North Platte Bulldogs. The Dogs get right to work here as Brock Robley barrels through the line, putting out the first points on the board. North Platte up 6 early. Second quarter now, Bulldogs still in possession. 3rd and goal in Grand Island with a stop at the 1-yard line. But North Platte has one more chance, and Colton Tilford, he gets to the outside for the tutty, 13-0 now. But GI looking for their first score of the night. But North Platte has something to say about that. Juan Ostillo snatches it mid-pass, turnover. The Dogs lead 13-0 in the half. But get this, Grand Island makes the comeback, walking it back 20-19 for the victory. And less than 2 miles across town, North Platte St. Patrick's taking on Cambridge. Irish already up 49-8 before halftime. Irish earned one more over the half as Jackson Roberts, he's cruising to the outside as Pats up their lead by 6, but Cambridge, they didn't give up. Kohan Grindle on the run, and it's good. Trojans with the touchdown of the half, but the Irish are up big by 44. Trojans now 4th quarter down. Quarterback deep to Grindle again, and look at this catch, folks. Toe tap for the touchdown. It is good. Nice play there, but St. Pat's will hold on to their lead, taking home 55-28. And York and Lexington exchange pleasantries before this battle. Tough start for Deuce quarterback Ryan Severs. First pass of the game is intercepted by Levi Converse in the Minuteman territory. And less than a minute later, Lexington turns that into 7 points on a quarterback keep. Devin Naylor diving in, looking like Superman, 7-0 end of the first quarter. Minuteman looking for more. Landon Johnson, open field, but Austin Finney does a great job chasing him. He says, "You're not getting away from me, son." Still 39-yard gain. Lex trying to convert for the red zone. Naylor scrambles to the left. He's trying to make something happen, and Garrett Ivey picks him off in the end zone. And that's right, this was a defensive battle through and through, but York in overtime hangs on to win 14-7. And how about a little matinee action as McCool Junction moving up to Class D1, facing Thayer Central in their season opener. But the Titans were not very welcoming as they wasted no time showing off their dominance. Grant Waddell, he handles the opening kickoff, and he's going to take this one. Breaks one tackle, drags through a defender, and is he gone, folks? No, he's down at the 35-yard line for the big gain. But this sets up Sam Sourdike getting the toss, splits a pair of Mustangs, and saunters into the end zone for the 8-0 minutes into the game. Next red zone trip, quarterback Will Heitman. He's going to put the sneak here in the quarterback sneak as he rushes 15 yards as Thayer Central was up 16-0. And the Titans would pour it on. First drive of the second half, Jordan Mariska is off to the races, and he'll take this 65 yards for the house call as Thayer Central led 38-0 at the half and go on to win 46-15. And let's head out to Bertrand High School where the Vikings were hoping to kick off the season 1-0. 6-0 Vikings looking to add more as J.C. Kerr picks up the big first down. 2 plays later, first and goal as Owen Capps. He's going to cap off this drive, lowers his head for the touchdown, or did he? Yep, ref signal crosses the plane to put them up 15-0. But the Vikings defense balled out as Adon Gonzalez drops running back for the loss on the play. So that's not working. Let's go through the ground. Air traffic controller Braden Fleischman connects with Brendan McCarter, who hauls in with a nice acrobatic catch. 4th and short. Look at the big man, Miles Boggs, like a boss, blowing his defender, stopping short, first down. Defensive stand. And right before that, Gabe Bajorquez breaks tackles and takes this one 35 yards for the touchdown as the Vikings win their opener big. Defending state champions lined up against Loomis. And how would they look without losing their top dog, Swiss Army knife, Tyson Dankert? Out to Loomis High School, where the cheerleaders were ready for this one. And so was the Wolves defense, as they were suffocating all night there, especially in the first half, as the defending state champs were just a bit off on this night, as Randy Udin just can't connect with his receiver, as it would have been a sure touchdown. And here comes that defense. The Wolves, like a sheep clothing, they're nice until they get between the lines, and it's all bite as they get a sack. And then it's Gunnar Hadley, this time with a quarterback. Look at the wheels on Hadley as he's gone. Peace, deuce for 35 yards as he finds the pay dirt. But Kennesaw fights back in the second half, and it's a final now, 48-26. And Amherst heading to Wood River as the Broncos are up 26 at the half. Third quarter now, first play for the Eagles, and they caught in deep to Bronco territory. Amherst falls it. Jesse Tesmer gets credit for the recovery and the offense. They're not going to be able to move the ball as they bring it in. The big toe of Nolan Elo, and this kid from 45 yards, doink, and it's up over the upright for 3 points. Hey, doesn't matter how you get it, it's good. 23-6 Amherst. Eagles finally get some offense moving. This comes in as Josh Lure rumbles in the gut, up the gut for 20 yards, and then 4th and 5 for the Broncos. 15-yard starting quarterback Waylon Kronk went off with cramp, so Madden Brabeck, a freshman, converts with the touchdown pass to Caleb Polk. 23-12, what a play there as the Eagles mount a comeback, and they come away victorious, 34-29. Let's head down to I-80 for some Class C2 football. Donovan Trumbull hosting Kearney Catholic under the water tower. Second quarter now. Following big kickoff return as Abe Stutzman breaks off a 15-yard move for the Cardinals territory after picking up another first down. It's a bubble screen as Jack Pop, the freshman, takes the sideline and he races 35 yards as Donovan Trumbull would add a 2-point conversion to take the 8-7 lead late in the first half. Now, Kearney Catholic tried to get some offense in their final drive. Carson Murphy picked some yards, third down conversion, but they were unable to get anything going as the defense stood tall as it all starts the second half as they come away with the winner 27-8. In Grand Central Catholic opening up their season at Memorial Stadium in GI, the Centurions made quick work of their first possession. It was a 3-play drive out the triple option. A thing of beauty, folks. BEA Beautifuls. Kellen Fry's 34 yards. Next play, it's another run. Quentin Morris, he's going to take this one 19 yards, and he's going to go to the house. 19 yards for the touchdown. Century goes 65 yards in 3 plays to take a 7-0 lead. Then from inside the 1-yard line, next possession, it's Jacob Rule on the goose and go. Centura goes up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, and they would blank the Crusaders 28-0 behind an impressive showing by that defense.